Welcome back, everybody, to the Pablo podcast, where we like to talk about random topics and events that are going around on the world. So, first things first, I just want to say thank you, everyone, so much for your patience and your support. I know I haven't been able to post any videos this past weeks, this past month, but I am back again with another episode. So once again, thank you guys so much. The first thing I want to talk about, as I have been in my other episodes, is the weather. Now, the weather these past few weeks and month have been pretty odd, and I mean that by it's been raining a lot. So, as you know how the saying goes, April showers May flowers. Well, it's kind of the other way around this year, so I'm not sure what it is, but like I said, it's pretty weird. So, but then again, today is a lot better than yesterday's weather, so I'm happy about that. You know, the sun coming out again and making everything warm, so it's kind of energy I want these next few weeks, so hopefully it stays like that. So, yeah, hopefully more warm weather, and move on to our first topic. So, our first topic pertains mainly towards, end of the year and summer. So, now that we're ending the end of the year, the school year to be exact, we got to start thinking about how we're gonna do this summer. How are we gonna do this? Last summer, we just stayed at home, but now we have to get out and do stuff. So now I want to talk about what are some things that I'm going to do, and what are some things that you can do too this summer once we get out of school. So the first thing, and I think the first thing that everyone should do is just go outside and breathe a little. Like, it doesn't matter for how long, even for 5 minutes, just go outside and breathe fresh air. I think we've all forgotten what it's like to feel like the wind and appreciate it, and also with like the sun and like just the weather in general, that we've been stuck in our homes for so long that it feels like, well, for me it feels like, but I don't know for everyone else, it feels like sometimes I just need to get out, but obviously we can't. So first thing I know I'm going to do, and that I suggest everyone else does, just go outside. Doesn't matter where, in your backyard at least. Just go outside, breathe some fresh air. Hopefully it's nice the day you go out. And while you're at it, play catch or something. Go for a walk. Go ride a bike somewhere. Go do something productive, basically. And take in the air. Take in the nice scenery if you have any around you. Just appreciate it. So, really just, that's the first thing I want to do. Another thing, I know what I'm going to do is play a lot of sports, like basketball and baseball. That's all I'm going to be doing all summer. And trying to fix up on skateboarding, because I was trying to do it before winter hit, and then it, was kind of a bummer, because I was, I was actually getting good at it, but usually when I get good at something and then go, almost half a year later, I would probably fall over if I tried getting back on it again, but that's probably one of the first things. I'm going to try getting going again. So, yeah, and then going for a walk at least. Like I said, it feels good sometimes just to go out and walk a little and see everyone, because, yeah, I mean, people are getting out and people are getting vaccinated. By the way, if you have the chance to go get vaccinated, go get it. It's necessary. It'll protect you from COVID. Please go get the vaccine. But anyways, everyone's, getting vaccinated, as I said, and things are going slowly back to normal. So just appreciate what we have right now, and then we'll get to the bigger stuff later, like concerts and stuff. So Really, let's move on to our second topic. So, for our next topic, I would like to talk about school, but not just school in general, no. I want to talk specifically about online school and the benefits it has, and why it's actually pretty fun. Now, you may be thinking, Pablo, what in the world are you talking about saying that online school is fun? Well, hear me out. First thing, let's think about it. When was the last time you had to get up real early, put on your uniform, get to school, go through 8 hours of instruction, go home, and then do like physical work, like writing out everything? When was the last time you forgot your homework at home or didn't write notes down at all? Or you just forgot them? If you're thinking that the last time you did all of those things was the last time you were in actual school, then you're right. That's because we haven't realized how good it feels to be in the comfort of our own home. And I think, along with finishing off the school year well, we just need to appreciate the last parts of time that we have here doing school in the comfort of our own home. Because I know when next year, I know definitely for a fact we're going to have to go back. I mean, so that's another thing. Think about this too. When was the last time you had a mediocre cheese pizza or a greasy hot dog? Or when was the last time you had to sit on an uncomfortable chair with no backrest? Or when was the last time you had to sit when you had no other choice but to sit next to some random kid a table away from your class just because you were late? And if you're thinking that that was last year, you're right about that too. That's because, like I said about the last thing, we've gotten so comfortable to being in the comfort of our own home that we haven't realized and given thought to it so much that we've been eating quality meals compared to, cheese pizza every other day, and having to not sit next to someone that maybe you don't want to talk to or that you would even know, or not even sit next to your friends. Now we can sit here in a nice comfortable chair, watch TV if we wanted to, even Zoom with our friends while we're doing so. I mean, there's so many possibilities, and like everyone, I don't think many people realize it yet that we're living at a time where not only are we in our own homes to do nothing, but there's a lot of good things about being in our own home, such as eating good food, having a comfortable chair, and just being able to do so many more things that we weren't able to do at actual school. And I think the other thing is that people take advantage of the fact that since we're here in our own homes, it doesn't really matter what happens, and I've seen it. And I've heard it from teachers. It happens, trust me. And really, I don't think that's the way to go. Like, just because I just explained to everyone that we have so many more possibilities to have here in our own homes and have more comfort, I don't really think that should be like an excuse for not doing well in school. If you were doing well in school and now you're like, now you're gonna have to go to summer school, why even? Why? What happened there? Like, what was going on between going from actual school and now being here? Honestly, I feel like if for those people who were doing good in school and now during this whole period of time in remote learning, I feel like the fact that thinking that taking advantage of being at home kind of turn them around. I don't know. It's like, what's the point of doing good in school? Like I just said, what's the point in doing good in school if now you're not doing good anymore? Like that's the thing. If you're such a straight A student as you were in physical school, and now you have like D's and F's, why is it that you what changed? Like what changed your mind into doing bad now? What went from doing good in school now to doing nothing? And I think part of that is just because is the negative form of taking advantage of being at home, not turning on your camera, just logging in and just being there and not even paying attention or just falling asleep for something. Like, how do you fall asleep during class? Like, what, do you shut off the class? Like, what? And then how do you even wake up from that? I mean, if I did that, which I would never do that, if I did that, I mean, I would have such a hard time trying to wake up for my next class to do the same thing. That would hurt my head. I don't know how other people do it. So then again, how is it that you can do good in physical school but not do good in here? That's one thing. But if you really make sure to do good here, now, before, and at any time, you can make the best of anything in a positive way. There are multiple ways. If you do good in school, in the physical school, and you've been doing good in the online school, there shouldn't really be any issues with how you do things. Because that's the only thing I think, that if you are in online school and you weren't doing good in physical school, why is that? Is that because you already know that school isn't good? So why think the same thing about online school? How do you know if there's something different? There's a lot of things different with online school. I mean, everything is different nowadays with online school. So really, I don't think, if you're doing good or bad, there's no really a big reason to take the term taking advantage in a negative way. So going from that, what brings a person, I'm gonna leave a question here for everyone to think about. What brings a person to think, a person that does good, what brings that person to do the exact opposite? I mean, how do things like that happen? That's just something we'd only have to ask those people. So yeah, I mean, speaking of physical school, usually when you're in school, there's not really a choice in physical school to choose what you wear. I mean, unless it's a wear whatever you want day, but really, then again, there's rules to that. Here in physical school, going back to taking the advantage of being here in the comfort of our own home, what is it about, what's different from a person's mindset of picking out an outfit for physical school when there's like a free day off or something, to here in online school? So the thing about that is that when we're in physical school and you're really thinking about it, there really isn't much thinking that goes into that. Because if you really think about it, I mean, you're just going to school, number one, and there's usually a dress code for that free clothes day off. And then, there's usually like a trend or something happening at that point. So what choice can you really make? Now here, obviously, we've become a little more laid back. So I mean, someone like me, I've really learned a lot about fashion, and that's kind of what I want to talk about for our last topic. So, what are some of the ways that we can pick out an outfit and how? So, really, it's as easy as it may seem when picking out a good outfit, whether there's a special occasion that day or not. It's almost impossible to choose the right outfit for the next day or that same day. Now, I'll be talking about a little something that I like to call the fashion formula. Now, it may seem a little cheesy, but I use it almost every day when choosing an outfit for that next day. So, the first part of the fashion formula is knowing three things. One, no one is a fashion or clothing master. I mean, everyone has their own mindset or level when choosing an outfit. You know, some people may know a thing or two about choosing an outfit. Some people just know only about jeans and a shirt. And some people are like in the middle, you know, they're still learning. I mean, obviously they're not choosing, just jeans and a shirt, but they're still not at that point where they know enough to find a totally different outfit every day. So that person may be choosing, well, like jeans and a shirt one day, and then like maybe like pants and like a cool long sleeve one day, and then maybe the next day jeans and then another cool long sleeve. So I'm assuming most of you are at that point. And I'm not saying that's a bad point to be at. I was at that point too, trust me. I mean, it's not bad, but if you really think about it and you really want to pop out and seem yourself, seem different, then I suggest you follow this. So that's one of the things you need to learn. The next thing, never use the same piece of clothing 2 days in a row. This is especially important if you go to a certain place many times a week, because people will notice, and I'm not kidding you. I tried doing that with like my pants at the beginning of the pandemic, and my sister would know the second day. She's like, "Why are you using the same pants?" I'm like, "Why not? They can't see him." Like, it's like, be different. I'm like, okay. So, last thing but not least, it's okay to be different, to look different. Okay, different people have different tastes and different clothes. So don't be worried about poking out more than others. I mean, it's fine if that happens. Just know that you look different from other people. Now, the bigger half of the fashion formula is knowing what clothes to choose and how to choose it for that special day or occasion if there is one happening. So, let's use the seasons as an example because it's a little easier to explain. So, since winter is first, let's start with that. So, since winter is usually cold, let's say you're going to need a thick long sleeve or a sweater, joggers or regular pants with a thermal underneath, and some fluffy socks if you have any. If you don't, try using some full-length socks because that will also help keep all the warmth in. Now, for the spring, you would still need a long sleeve only because, yes, some of the days during the spring will be chilly. I mean, come on, a big example is the fact that it's been raining this whole time. So, yes, it will be chilly during the spring. So, just know that. So, for after that, you would probably need some light joggers if possible, or pants if you want, and regular socks. For the summertime, preferably a t-shirt or a light long sleeve if you want, shorts or some light pants, and socks if you'd like, but you can also go with no socks if you feel like it. I mean, I've done it too, and it looks pretty fine. I mean, for especially in a big example, if you're going to like a special occasion like a wedding or something, and it's like the summertime, it's like like 80 degrees, you can go with a nice short shirt like this. It's like a nice short dress up shirt, button up shirt. You can get like a nice vest, and then some pants that are ankle length, and then put on the shoes, no socks, because that actually looks good. I've seen it on a lot of guys, and it actually looks good. Now, if you're a girl, I can't help you on that because I'm not one. So you might want to ask another girl on that. So, yeah. So, yeah, as easy as those 2 seasons those 3 seasons sound, it actually can really be hard because, say, now let's talk about fall. Now, for fall, you would probably go for the same thing in the spring, but the thing with that is it's a little confusing because in the spring, yes, it will be cold, but there are days when it will be a little warm or like a nice like middle kind of weather where it's like it's not cold but it's not like warm. It's like nice, breezy weather. So in the spring it really depends. In the fall it's more of like a common pattern in the weather during that time. So really it's almost like that for all the seasons, honestly, but that was just an example, just to give you guys a little taste of what it's like to know what to choose for something like the seasons. So then again, as easy as that sounded, you also have to think about color and what shoes you're gonna use. So really, this part is more up to you. I mean, since you already know what you're gonna wear, hopefully you know what you're gonna wear. This gets easier because there's not much that goes into color unless you like matching colors like red and green or even like light blue with brown. There are things like that which get a little more complicated that I might talk about another time. So really, when it comes to colors, that's up to you. You can choose something that's matching your mood or that matches, the kind of weather that's outside, or you can even go with your favorite color. And really, I would rather go with how the weather is, because I'd say not only am I choosing the right layering of clothing, that color really points out that I know my seasons. No, I'm just kidding. I do know my seasons, but still. It really points out that you almost are like blending in with like the environment. And I say it really helps because, say it's like raining, so you can get like, okay, if it's raining, you can get one of those, what are they called? I forget what they're called, but it's like a rain jacket that you pull over. Parka, that's what it's called. You can get a parka, and you can get joggers if you want. It depends if it's like colder or a little warm that day. But usually you can get joggers or jeans, depends. And then some boots if you want, or some light shoes like gym shoes. And then from there you choose what color of those categories you want. So what I would do, I would do blue, because when it rains it kind of makes you a little sad, and blue means sad. So usually I would go with blue, and that kind of helps me, give me a little more confidence, I'd say. And I think it can give anyone confidence if you really know what you're doing when choosing out an outfit. And that color, because colors affect people, I know that for a fact, and so does the weather. So when you put those two things that are almost similar together, it gives you sort of that courage and confidence in knowing while you go through your day that you can be different from other people, because you are different. So really, that's just something small I would like to share. And that is going to wrap up today's episode of the Pablo Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you watched to the end. If you liked it, please drop a like, comment, and make sure to please subscribe. Also, click the little bell next to the subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. And once again, thank you guys for all your support and patience. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.